Our mind is usually like a shaken glass of water. It is absolutely restless. It is anxious, chaotic, and constantly rushing from one thought to another, clinging to past fears and future anxieties. We are so used to living in this state of inner turbulence that we have long accepted it as the norm. But let's try a simple thought experiment. Imagine a glass of muddy, agitated water. What happens if I simply stop shaking it? The answer is obvious, yet incredibly profound. The water will return to its natural state. Agitation, muddiness, and chaos are not the true nature of water. They are merely the result of an external force. Once you remove that influence, once you stop shaking the glass, the water, without any additional intervention, calms down on its own. The sediment gently sinks to the bottom, and its surface becomes perfectly even, smooth, and absolutely transparent. And it is in this exact moment, when the surface is still, that it gains a remarkable ability. It can reflect objects flawlessly, like a mirror, without any distortion. If the surface is disturbed, it distorts everything it tries to reflect. This is exactly how our mind works. The illusion of external causes. For various reasons, we start seeking answers to life's difficult questions. Some turn to philosophy, while others, as Buddhist Dharma teaches, begin to explore the nature of reality. On this path, we begin to understand one fundamental truth ever more clearly, a truth our ego initially struggles to accept. The true, root source of all our suffering lies entirely within our own mind. We are used to blaming circumstances. We point to external conditions, other people's behavior, the economy, or the unfairness of the world. Certainly, there are many external factors that serve as the backdrop for our discomfort, but the root cause of suffering is always inside us. The clearer we realize that our own mind is the source of our pain, the faster we arrive at another, much more joyful discovery. Fortunately, our mind is also the single source of our genuine happiness, a radical revolution of consciousness. Understanding this fact leads to a logical conclusion. The only working method to free ourselves from suffering is to change our mind. And it must be changed not just slightly, but radically. The formula is brutally honest. If we only slightly adjust our thoughts, we will only get slight relief. But if we decide to make cardinal changes, if we commit to a true inner revolution, we can eliminate all arising obscuring emotions and develop the positive qualities of our consciousness. This is the only way to find true happiness. If we are honest with ourselves, we will admit the happiness we are all so desperately seeking shouldn't be temporary or superficial. Perhaps in the hustle of everyday life, we rarely think about what exactly we are striving for. But deep down, each of us seeks a happiness that is perfect and absolutely indestructible. The immaterial nature of cognition. To reach this state, we need to understand what the mind actually is. Buddhism describes the mind as a remarkable, immaterial phenomenon. It is not the physical brain pulsing inside our skull. The mind has no form, weight, or other physical properties. In its true nature, it is clear, formless, and possesses a limitless capacity to comprehend. In reality, the mind is the only thing that can truly know, experience, and feel. There are many levels of cognition, but currently our capabilities are quite limited. Our perception of the world is mediated. We understand reality through rigid concepts, through what we have read or heard from others. Our mind is prevented from achieving perfect knowledge by obstacles, those very obscuring emotions and disturbing thoughts that every one of us has. Just imagine for a moment, what would your perception of reality be like without this endless, exhausting stream of anxieties? What if not a single thought ever made you suffer again or clouded your innate ability to purely experience every moment? It would be a truly incredible state. Meditation as proof of freedom. But is it even possible to get rid of these thoughts? This is the main question spiritual practice answers, and we have a real chance to feel that it is indeed possible. It is enough to try a simple breathing meditation. When we concentrate our attention on our inhalations and exhalations, we begin to calm the water in our glass. Yes, initially we might not be able to hold perfect concentration for long. We might not be able to merge with our breath 100%. But even by applying minimal effort on this path, we notice a miracle. Our mind begins to settle down. It becomes clearer. The agitation, aggression, and anxiety actually decrease. This practical experience gives us the most important thing. It is irrefutable proof that disturbing thoughts, no matter how loud they seem, have no inherent power to keep our mind under their control. Their power is an illusion and exists only as long as we ourselves continue to shake our own glass. Your mind, by its very nature, is capable of absolute clarity. Think about it.